making this video, it's very important as far as Bitcoin goes, and I'll jump right into it because, alright, let's assume that I have $1 million worth of Bitcoin. It's going to be very difficult for me to get that in cash. I can't get it in cash. In fact, if I were to pull it out of an ATM, it would be almost a 20% vig on that, and that's assuming that you have an ATM in your community that accepts Bitcoin and spits out cash, and that's going to be happening, I think, less and less. Initially, and if you look at it, probably about 2 years ago, I argued for cryptos because they had an ability to trade in small increments that you could not trade in outside of the paper dollar for small goods, as far as, what could be delivered via drone and so on and so forth. I just didn't see you shaving parts of a piece of a silver coin on, as silver appreciates, comparatively speaking, to the dollar. So it just is not an effective medium for exchange. Precious metals really are very difficult as far as barterability, but as a store of value, gotta be way, way, way better than Bitcoin Cash. And I really became concerned about it the day, it was Tuesday of the past week, that Bitcoin forked and you were able to have two different currencies. And it's essentially like the Beanie Baby fad. Before every economic collapse or economic crash, there's always some sort of outlier, some sort of indicator where people are trying to rush to find a store of value in something. And they did this back in, I think, close to 2000. Maybe it was, the dot-com bubble, right before the dot-com bubble, it was Beanie Babies. And now you couldn't sell a Beanie Baby for whatever. I mean, at one point there was some guy that made well over $1 million. And you can trade on the volatility in the cryptocurrency market. It was that speculation that ultimately destroyed any prospect of using that currency for anything good. Anytime you have a lot of speculation in the market, you need to at least have a VIG or a tax that makes it so you can't trade on volatility so much, and it has a way to stabilize the price. Back when I was advocating for Bitcoin, currencies, I actually talked about having an exchange that Ross Ulbricht, or Dread Pirate Roberts, first instituted when he was at the Silk Road, was an exchange to stabilize the volatility in the price of Bitcoin. And I said if it was going to go forward, we absolutely needed to have some stabilizing force to keep speculators from trading on the volatility. Well, I think that video was called BTC Insulation and Sustainability Program, if you want to go back and look at my videos. But now I say this video is important because if you have cryptos, you need to, I personally think it is time, and this is what I'm doing, and I would never suggest anything that I wouldn't do. And this is just an opinion, so if you just listen to anybody off the internet and you do whatever they say and you don't do your own research, then you're whatever. I don't really give a shit what happens to you if you don't do your own research. But personally, I feel that I'm going to pull everything but $100 off the table and put it right into silver, and have them make physical delivery on it. And ultimately, I argued against precious metals as a store of value, and especially against gold. But I can actually see silver being a little bit different in that respect, and it's more accessible at 1670 spot. And if you get it and go through good channels, you could probably get it $1,000 at a time and pay $22.50, $24, something like that, per ounce. And I think even at $30 an ounce, if you can get delivery on it, it's kind of a bargain, because I wouldn't even turn around and flip it and sell it at $600 today. unless I could get immediate property for it or anything. So if you have cryptos, I think it's the Beanie Baby fad. You know, guys like Cliff High and even Bix Weir is starting to distance himself from it. Jay Snip, he made about 92,000, and those are the guys that ultimately really kind of destroyed the cryptocurrency. And if you ever listen to Cliff High, his stuff is very interesting. The WebBot hits and stuff are very interesting, but as a predictive programmer using language to determine something that's ultimately really based in mathematics and also common sense if you apply that, and that's what the language is supposed to come out. And now me producing this language, the WebBot hit maybe should pick up on how negative I'm feeling about Bitcoin right now. I said 3 months ago to dump it before the pullback, and then it forked, and I think I got like 35 extra bucks on per coin in Bitcoin Cash, and I don't even know where I can get Bitcoin Cash out of, like, actually into physical cash. If I can't get my hands on it, it doesn't exist. And if I can't really value that and have that store value in that respect, it doesn't exist. So it's just a quick update. I've got to do a lot of catching up. I've been away for 3 weeks, so that's just going to that's going to be it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's been Hank.